Hi, I'm Steve Pond. We're here at TheWrap studio at the Toronto Film Festival with the director of Sunset, László Nemes, and the star, Julie Jacob. Welcome. Coming out of your last movie, Son of Saul, what led you to this era and this story?
When I made the Son of Saul, I really wanted to go back to something that was before that period. I felt that, the 20th century that, I've always been interested in, that 20th century for me was a mystery, and I wanted to explore that. How did people live? What happened at the beginning of the century in the minds of people that led them into the craziness and the self-destruction of the First and the Second World Wars? So that was a sort of, that was my focus. How can I go back and experience things through the eyes of one person, and it had to be one woman, and experience a story of mystery about that period.
Julie, tell us a little bit about your character. She's a young woman who applies for a job at a hat store, but there's a lot more to it than that.
Yes, she is a milliner and an orphan. I think these are the most important things about her at the beginning, and she doesn't have any experience with life. And then she meets Budapest, and she meets this mysterious era and the atmosphere of that pre-World War period, and the beginning of a chaos. And she starts to invent herself. She has to find out who she is and what does she want to be.
Yeah, I mean, it must be exhausting as well as very challenging when pretty much every shot of the film is a shot of you. I mean, what was that like to film?
I got used to it very quickly. I had to, and somehow it helped me, because of course it was very exhausting to be in the middle of everything all the time. But being Iris 12 hours a day was somehow it gave me energy, and it helped me go through this 54 days of shooting. It was very special.
There's a line in the film that made me think, that's why he chose a hat shop, where someone says, sort of, the horrors of the world hide underneath the brims of these impossibly beautiful things, or something. Yes. Like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty close.
Is that why we're seeing this through the prism of a hat shop?
It was an instinctive choice, but I was interested in the hats as being the symbols at that time of a very sophisticated society and way of behaving. All the women had their hats and could go into the details of their design, and the whole industry was based on that. And it's a sort of ritual and a sort of code system that gave something, that showed something of the illusion of the world that they were living in, a sort of the optimism, and I think that the hats that are depicted are now seen as something very superficial, but at that time this was so central to so many people, so that's why I have this hat store in the film.